Welcome to Tour de Day Tickets. This month you join me and me alone, Tower Farm Lake 4 in the Linear Complex. Not been here before, not even seen this one before, fished all the others. It's a bit different, the tactics used on this one, I'll go into that a little bit later, but for now I want Jake to explain why he's not here. Over to you, Jake.
Well, yeah, thanks Ian for the intro. I'm not here because I decided to treat myself to a new van the other week. After Ian copied me on my bivvy, I decided to copy him on his van and got it home on Saturday. And it was, what's a nice way to say it? Slashing diesel all over my driveway. So yeah, it's not going to get me to Oxford anytime soon, so I've had to hand the reins over to Ian. I'm sure he'll be alright, he's done one or two of these before, so you won't have to listen to me harp on after Ian hangs the phone up. And hopefully Ian has a few more fish, because I think you've had a few already, have you not, Ian?
I've had a couple, mate, which we're going to have a look at in a second. So yeah, I've had a couple already, mate. You are missed. We miss you, Jake. Of course we do. And Tom's got the right hump because it was your turn to get the takeaway. Other than that, I'm going to get rid of him now because he's in his nice cosy office with Netflix, cream donuts and a cup of coffee, and we're going to go get them rods back in. Thank you very much.
Best of luck, boys.
Cheers, Jake. Good morning. You join me on Tower Farm Lake 4. Now, I've never fished this one. It is, I think it's probably one of the bigger ones on site, of the Tower Farm site. Anyway, plenty of these in here to go at. We've had two already. We had a nice little common and this little beauty. But we are tackling this lake a little bit different because the rules slightly different at Linear, and it is a bit amazing. So we'll get back to that in a little while. Till then, we've got a nice little mirror, plop him back, put the rods back out. We're just down there. See if we can't get one of his bigger brothers, because there are, or in May, I'm told this lake done 2 40-pounders. Let's have a go at one of them. Thank you. Right, I did mention for Linear, this is quite amazing. The far margin here, I've got to say, is 200 yards, and slightly right of that is about 160. Not fished this lake before, but look at this. With Linear's permission, anyone who comes on here, there's 7 pegs. You book on here through GoCatch, by the way, which is what we did do. We've booked pegs 2 and 3 for our work this week. You're allowed bait boats. So I've got the RT7 out of retirement. We've got a nice little ice cream pop up in there on one of my favourite runnings, which again I'll show you later. We've got a nice 5-ounce bomb. Okay, one of Ali's little paste bombs. Well, it's not little at all, it's 5 ounces. Paste bombs, but it's the biggest leads I've got, obviously because of the range involved. We've had 2 fish. As soon as we put the third rod out, the first one went, funny enough. So in the boat, I've been putting quite a liberal amount of 10mm ice cream, a big scoop, and I load it as we're talking, of nice hemp. There we go, fresh hemp, straight out the jars from our friends at Dynamite. And all I've done was put them in a bucket at home, just save bringing rubbish to the lake. A nice big handful of these, chop them up in each hopper before I cover them up with, which is my favourite, 10mm ice cream boilies. And, you know, let's get it right. We're not, you know, it's not science here. There are a lot of fish in this lake, which is what Linear's all about, to be fair. Fish it well, catch some fish, but what we have got, so I am treating it serious. I'm only going to use the 2 because it did get a bit hectic there for the first hour, and the other one can remain spare. But there's a couple of big ones in here, so I will be taking it as serious as I can, saying that I'm only using 2 instead of 3, but we'll see. If it slows down, we'll put 3 out. If we keep getting fairly regular bites, just 2. But for now, the boat's got to go out. It's 200 yards to the back of that bay, just when I've got big reels. And let's go and catch me a 20 next time instead of doubles. Thank you. Fish, or bite, should we say, number 3 at silly range. But I say silly range, big modern reels hold a lot of line. So it's all safe. And to be fair, in this particular peg, there ain't a lot. Sorry, it's not ain't. There isn't a lot between me and that far bank or that far bay that I'd want to put a rod on. It just dropped to 30 foot, not too far out. And when you get to about, if we're talking wraps, about 40 wraps, 42 wraps, but bear in mind she's a bait boat water as well, so bear that in mind, I ain't casting that far. Then it comes up, it lifts up to 16, 15, 14s. These bites are coming from 14 foot of water. So, there you go. The only thing is it takes you about 10 minutes to get them in. You've got to be getting good stuff there. Amazing, in fact. Incredible. Incredible, in fact. Hey, number 3. Right out there. Lovely jubbly. Right, if he behaves, look at that. That is Mr. Angry. Third fish of the morning. He's going to give him a little bit of a rest. Ooh, I think he's going to beat me up this one a little bit. Okay. Third fish of the morning. All about 15, 17 pounds. But look at that. He's one angry carp, isn't it? They are loving the 10mm ice cream, bit of hemp, and a bit of chopped worm in the boat. This one was on a, what was it on? Oh, the little ice cream pop-up. Yeah, the Match the Hatch pop-up on a Ronnie. So there you go, 3 fish. To be fair, the first 2 were on little yellers. This is the first one on a pop-up. Look at, I've got to get it, put him down. He's so angry. Look at that. Ooh. But there are a lot bigger in here, so we'll keep tending the rods. Although it is a pain going that far out with a boat, to be fair, in this heat, keep tending the rods, and hopefully, who knows, we might just nick a big one. Thank you. Do you know what, we've just done that fish. We've just done that, and well, you can see the boat coming back. We've just done that. I've done my double mirror, and I've literally just replaced that rod. Just going to check this line. I think we've gone under. All right, we'll do this then. I've just replaced that rod at 52 wraps, and the other one's gone. Literally as I'm dropping the bait, so I will have a cup of coffee next. A nice cup of Nescafe 3-in-1. How's that then, eh? Let's hope we can get cracking. I am putting quite a lot of bait in the boat, so hopefully we can attract a few more. There's a lot of 20s in there, and there's a good few 30s in this one. You just got to get that right pack of fish. I think we're on a shoestring to hope for one of the real biggies, but you never know, we're fishing. So, you just don't know. Ollie the bailiff, he had a 35 the other day out of here, up there a bit. And they're about, they are about, all about doubles. He's even littler of this one. Low double. Another one on the, as you'll see in a second, if it don't come off, the ice cream pop-up. There he is, just sat on his lip there. We can have you out. and get you back, mate. There we go. They do like these ice cream boilies. It's not me pushing it, I'm just telling you. They're very sweet to taste, and the carp absolutely love them. So do I. Well, a little, let's call it mid-afternoon update. I'm guessing the temperature now, look, is probably 28, maybe 30 degrees. It is very, I'm glad of this little breeze, to be honest with you. I've not had a fish for 3 hours now, I suppose. I had 4 altogether, and I had one fall off, all in quick succession, in about an hour and a half. And it only, you know, I think we'd have had more if it was fishing closer. It takes you that long to get the boat back out there at that range. But the bay I'm fishing now is flat calm. I keep looking over the top of the camera there. Flat calm, loads of little shiny backs. Now, I know it's 15 foot all the way into that bay. I'm not going to send a zig out in the boat. I'm quite happy. We've had 4 fish today, as I say. And I don't really want to send a massive, well, I don't want to play a fish at 200, it's actually 215 yards to where I'm dropping the leads. I even had to respool one of the reels because it was coming up on the backing. But, listen, the rods are out there on the lake bed with a bit of bait round them. You never know, see, with all these 15 pounder, 20 pounders maybe they are out there with their backs out of the water, you might just get one, it's worth leaving them in the water. You might just get one of them big old boys because there's a good few 30s in here. And as I said earlier, done two 40 pounders in May, so they may not be 40 pounders now if they've spawned, but that's 2 big fish. So you might just get one of them mooching when the little ones aren't around. There's another one just jumped right out of the water there, just past where I am, and you might nick a better one. So if nothing happens this afternoon, after we've had my dinner this evening, when it cools down, I'm guessing half 5, 6 p.m, something like that, we'll ping this camera on then and let you know that nothing's happened, because you'll know if something's happened before then, because you'll have seen me again. So till then, or not before, see you later. He's on. Come on, he's on. Good evening and welcome. We did say it's been so blimmin' hot. We're guessing it's going to be 7 o'clock-ish. 25 past. There you go, because it's cooled off, hasn't it? It's cooled off nicely. And the fish have stopped sticking their backs out, so something we think, I know it's easy to say, but it felt like something fairly obvious was going to happen. Once, they all feel quite good at this range, and it is still a long way out. Well, I've got a neighbour to my right, and when they're this far out, they can't go any further, so they've got to go blimmin' right or left. Look at me squinting. That's my squinting face. I'll squint her upper. There's a bit of waffle there, but it's nice to have a bite after all these hours. And this one, to be fair, was, I know it's a long way out, but a nylon, but it was beep beep for the last sort of half hour, beep beep. And you'd think, well, you wouldn't get little indications and line bites at 215 yards on mono, would you? Come on, I could do with you turning back left now. My neighbour's got a rod not too far from where we are now.
Can you just tell me what you've done in the meantime this afternoon?
I've been bored. I'll tell you what I've done all right, and I've been bored. No, seriously. Where are we? Right. Well, to be fair, I knocked up a little bucket of bait, ready for the bait. I mean, all I'm doing is prepping for the evening, really. Tied up 3 new rigs. This, I think, I'm just trying to think what this is on. I think this is on the ice cream. Yeah, I think this is on the Match the Hatch ice cream pop-up again, which has done most of the bites, to be fair. Little brown pop-up over the bait. Where are we? Oh, still a blimmin' long way out. We've got to be up near my neighbour. That's it, he's going left now, which is good. Away from my neighbours, everybody needs good neighbours. Good singer, aren't I? What do you think? X Factor?
I think.
Did you say Eggs Factor?
I'm surprised you've not been called onto The Voice yet.
Listen, like, you don't know that I haven't, Tom, and I haven't told you because, you know, I don't want you to be starstruck.
Do you think
what I'm saying?
Britain's Got Talent and fish while singing?
I think I could become the singing fisherman, couldn't I? What do you think?
I think people would love it.
I think I would love it. I think my friends would find it, I'd probably somewhat hilarious, yeah?
Yeah.
This thing has stayed on the surface all the blimmin' way. That's strange. They just give you the idea that they're a lot better when they're right out there, don't they? Chubby one. It's a little chubby checker with some nice rubber scales on him. There we go. Either way, he's in the net. After an amazing battle with his carp. I'm saying 24. Something like that anyway. Oh, God. $24. I should be guesstimating them for match anglers. So. Well, we waited all afternoon, well, from 10:30 this morning was my next bite, my last bite should I say, until 7:15, 7:20. But we guessed that would be the case, but we've got a better one, 24 pounds. They just feel 3 times that weight when you're pulling him in from such distance on mono, but he's very welcome and he just felt full up. So I don't know whether they've spawned or not on this lake because it is very deep, obviously. Get out of my face, little fly. But there you go, we've got a better one at last. Fish number 5, again on the ice cream pop-up with, as you've seen, sweet corn, hemp and 10ml ice creams in the boat. They do love a little bit of ice cream on Tower Farm. Thank you. Let's get you back. The rod's already back in play. We're only just there. And let's see what the evening brings. Thank you. Well, good evening, or should I say almost good night to be fair. It's dragging on now. That lovely linear, which I'm going to call it, was almost a linear, wasn't it? 24 pounds. We'd guessed, I mean, it was so hot today. It was, I mean, it might have seemed now, but the wind's blowing in here all day, which was very, very welcome. But this evening when the sun dips down, as you'd imagine, straight away it's a little bit nippy. So the joggers and the hoodie have gone on. But we did think it's going to be 7 o'clock onwards once it had cooled enough. There was a lot of fish in that bay, bobbing up and down with their backs out of the water. And as soon as it cooled, they've obviously dropped because I've done quite a few boatloads out there today, with or without the rods attached, just baiting the area. Now in the last 20 minutes I've seen probably 10 fish show, you know, the good. So if we get another one before dark, and it's now 8:45, so if we get another one before dark, we'll film it obviously. If we don't, If we get him in the night, if I can get him up, we might, depending on the size. If we get small ones in the night, I'm going to tip them back. If we get a nice one in the night, it will be filmed and photographed. Other than that, I'll be saying hello to you. I'm going to guess if I can get him up again before about 6:30 a.m. because I'm always up at first light. And we'll say good morning then. So till then, we'll say good night unless we see you again. Oh, hold the back page. That's going to go. We'll say good night unless, of course, we see you in the next hour. Good night for the next hour. Here we go.
That's the one.
That had to be the one closest. Well, there you go. These have been out there all night. This one is on a little, well, 14mm yellow ice cream pop-up. But literally, as the sun cleared that fog, we were just sitting there chatting over a coffee and they started showing in that bay. Now, whether they desert that bay at night, because nothing's happened all night. These have been out there since about 8 o'clock yesterday evening, these 3 rods. So whether or not they pull out of that bay over the deeper water of a night, maybe, who knows. But either way, we've got our first bite of the morning. But I think to come on this lake without a remote control boat, unless you've got either end peg, you're flogging a dead horse, because this deep water, it's ridiculous. Which is why Chris has decided, and I've had lots of messages saying, how can you use a boat at linear? Check the rules for Tar Farm Lake 4. We haven't got any privileges. You can use them and all. He's felled off. That's the first fish I've ever lost on one of them little hooks there. Didn't see it. Did you see it? Didn't see it. So, was it massive, Tom? I'm now talking to the camera. Was it huge?
It was the biggest fish I've ever seen.
That was Eric, wasn't it? The 40. Or Ken.
What was it?
Ken. Ken.
Rodney?
Huh?
Rodney?
No, it wasn't Rodney. It's just only 40 horses.
Ricky?
No, it was Reg.
Reggie?
It was Reg. But we'll leave that one in now and just fish with the 2. But yeah, such is life. Right, rigs reviews on this trip, which I did touch on earlier, but 2 types. First one is 18-pound dance floor mono. They're all on size 4 lock hooks, which are just incredible. There's your little match to hatch wafter. I've just sliced the top of it off and put a little bit of yellow on there just to give it a bit of sight, because I'm putting a corn out in the boat as well as the worm, the hemp and the 10mm boilies. So that's it. We've had 5 fish and 1 dropped yesterday. So, well, no, we had 1 drop this morning. So we've had 5 fish, 1 cut the hook link, which is unfortunate, and 1 this morning fell off. But 7 takes. So we had 3 takes on this, your waftars, and the other rig, same hook, my favourite Ronnie. Got a couple of bites on this, which are match the hatch 14mm pop-ups. Let's turn that around like that. There you go. And a couple of bites on the yellow. It's all the ice cream baits. It's the one I use mainly from the OMC range because it smells absolutely delightful. So size 4 lock. We've got braided hook links. I'm using straight braid on these because I'm dropping it with a boat, as you've seen. A nice bit of heavy putty on there to balance it down. Does the job for me. So there you go. 2 different types of rigs, 2 different types of bait, a fluoro and a match the hatch, and a little wafter. Works for me. Right, well, with the hot weather, and it is very hot, the obvious has started happening. They've started spawning, and what we don't do is fish for spawning fish anywhere, not just here. So the rods are coming in, time to go home. But we've had a great trip, 5 fish, dropped one this morning, unfortunately, which is a hook pull right in. Like you pull it in 200 yards and it falls off 15 yards out. Not good. But time to go home now. But before we go, I just want to say, Chrissy, thank you very much for entertaining us, as you normally do at Linear Fisheries. What a mega place. Tar Farm, Lake 4, you can use bait boats. I've had a lot of messages saying, how come you're using a bait boat and we can't? Well, you can, which is a good thing to say. Check the rules for each individual lake, because this one, the range is long, you can use both. But thank you, Chris. Thank you, Dynamite, for sending me a few kilos of worms, which have come in very handy. Thank you, Ali, for being my man. And if you want to visit any of the Tar Farm complex, which also includes down the road, what's on that then? That's on that Manor Farm and Hunt's Corner. Check out the GoCatch app, because you need to book on before you come here. Thank you very much. Thank you, Tar Farm. I'm now going home. Cheers.
You going?